I don't think we're going to have a very long meeting, so I think starting late won't hurt us. Let me do the roll call quick. Jeff?
Present.
Patrice? Let's see her. Jennifer?
Here.
Craig? Yep, Craig's here.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Got distracted.
I don't see Andrew or Kyle. I do see Eric. Let me just send a quick email to Kyle.
I know they were both trying to get on.
Right. Everyone had a chance to look at the minutes, and if so, ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the Shark November 4th, 2021 minutes.
Thank you, Jennifer. Second.
I second.
Thanks, Craig. Any questions or comments? Further discussion? If not, I'll call the roll. Jeff?
Can I just validate that I was actually there on the 4th and able to vote on the minutes? I missed one meeting, and I think it might have been the 28th, but
Yeah, actually, you can vote whether you're there or not.
okay, then I vote to accept.
Jennifer?
Yes, accept.
Craig?
Yep.
And Paul? Yes. Yeah, and I don't see Patrice. Great. Kyle's joined us. Sorry for the glitch there, Kyle. So just for all the commissioners, so Kyle's been working really hard to move our process along in terms of confirming the funding and retaining a consultant to help with the RFP for the design of the park. And unfortunately, we don't have any action to recommend tonight, but ask Kyle to give us an update on those two items. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm glad this ended up working out. Been talking with MAPC, going back and forth for a few weeks now, and they are going to be our consultant. They're going to prepare our RFP. They're really excited to work with us, and they're going to have a multidisciplinary team working together on creating the RFP that's perfect for our project. And what else? So they've come back with an approximate quote for what they think it will cost. It's going to be probably around the $8,000 range, which is a little more than we had expected. I still need to get that approved by Jim. Paul had reached out to Jim to see if he would be able to fund that. Basically, we initially were going to have to wait for the MBTA to provide us some money to be able to get this project started. And Paul had the great idea of reaching out to Jim, just seeing if there was a potential that they had some funding that they could use right now to get this RFP started. And Jim said he would be able to do that. So once we get an official quote from MAPC, which we should be getting in the next week or so, we should be able to have them proceed in short order. Whenever we have I think we'll probably need to have the board vote on it, or I'd defer to Paul on that, but yeah, but things are shaping up, and they're a great team. And so I think you guys know a little bit about MAPC, but they worked with us on the Downtown Harbor master plan. So they're very familiar with the downtown area, and they're excited to work with us. Paul, you're muted.
Patrice, glad to see you were able to join us. Sorry about the glitch in opening up the Zoom line for all of us. Can you talk a little bit more, Kyle, about let me just say the master plan for the harbor resiliency I thought was really well done. I participated in the public meetings. It's on the available. You can find it in the town website. But could you talk a little bit about that process and just how they, just to give some more background on MAPC?
Yeah, so that was actually it was there was a community assessment that was done through an EPA grant, I think probably 4 years ago, and they interviewed during that process. There was a community assessment where the Consensus Building Institute interviewed residents, business owners, civic leaders within the town of Scituate to basically see what they thought was the most important things for the future of Scituate. And the number one thing that residents and everyone responded, business owners, everyone agreed, was the harbor. And that community assessment's also online. And so they wanted to increase the resiliency of the harbor. So after that community assessment, we applied for a grant to do a downtown harbor sustainability and resiliency master plan. We applied for, I think it was 50,000, and then MAPC ended up giving an extra 25,000. And it was a very comprehensive process where we went door to door in the businesses down in the harbor, invited all the business owners to be involved with the process. We went house to house down in the harbor, invited them all to be a part of the process. So it was a very well attended planning initiative where, you know, our meetings, I would say we had like 50 and up in regards to attendance size for all our big meetings. There were several open houses, and then throughout the whole process, there was a task force that was made up of a representation of everyone you'd want to be on a task force: business owners, town staff, residents. And so the task force worked directly with MAPC to guide the process. And it was actually incredible. So we met several times. There were different public planning initiatives, which included, you know, at the beginning, talking about different options of what everyone thought was important in the harbor. Then at the very end, it was specifically narrowing it down into design scenarios. Throughout this entire process, MAPC really analyzed the harbor from every different angle, got all the different input from all the different key players, and came up with recommendations for the future of the harbor, which included design recommendations and different resilience initiatives that the community can include that aren't just about resilience. They're about, they looked at it from every lens. And that's why I love working with MAPC, is because it's not just a couple professionals. When you bring them on board, they have a professional for everything. You know, they have an economic development professional, they have an environmentalist, they have planners, they have transportation, they have historic, they have cultural, everything you could imagine they have. So they do a really great job of looking at every, looking at the problem at hand from a comprehensive standpoint. And they did a great job. Honestly, I'm really proud of how that master plan turned out. And there couldn't be a better consultant firm to create this RFP, because they're fresh off that initiative. So I'm excited to work with them, and they know that the goal of the RFP is for us to be able to obtain the best design team. And I think working with them is going to allow the greatest reach in regards to the responses we receive, which is really why we were so excited to have somebody create this RFP for us.
Thanks, Kyle. And I just circulated a copy of the Harbor Resiliency Master Plan, and just to again show the good work from MAPC. So I'm really excited about, as Kyle is, with getting them on board as we've said, Jim Boudreau's is a priority for him. He's pushing all the buttons he can to get a response back from MBTA. But in the meantime, he's willing to advance funds for the town to get us launched with MAPC. And we've kept Karen Connolly in the loop, chair of the select board, and of course it's a priority for her, and she's doing everything she can to move things along as well. So it's frustrating that we're not farther along in the contracting process, but it is what it is. We have holidays to deal with, of course. So in any event, I think we're on the threshold of really moving forward in a constructive way. And Kyle's going to keep pushing, Jim's going to keep pushing, and we'll, when we have something ready to go, we will. And then I've asked Patrice to be on a committee with me to work with Kyle and MAPC just in coordination and advancing the kind of the wish list that we've all been talking about. Any other comments or questions at this point?
So Paul, if I understand correctly, the approximately $8,000 will be fronted by the town until we hear from the MBTA, and then we'll just the town will be reimbursed the MBTA funds.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yeah,
that.
that's your discussion with Jim, isn't it, Kyle?
Yeah, at this point, we've been approved for $5,000 worth of fronting. But that was based off of our original projection of what the RFP would cost, and MAPC told me just today that it would be about 8,000. So
Yeah, and I got an email from Jim that he wants to get this thing going. So
yeah,
I think he'll figure out how to make it work.
yeah. And you're doing a great job, Paul. I just want to say it's been awesome to watch you work. You're really doing an amazing job.
Yeah,
pushing everything forward.
I'm good at annoying and bugging people. So
You're doing, yeah, I don't think you're annoying everyone. Everyone is really excited to work on this project. So keep up the good work.
yeah, this is just going to be an amazing project. So every time I go by that property, I'm picturing what it's going to be like. So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments at this point? Great. So we do have, we're scheduled for the first and third Thursdays. And if we don't need the second meeting, we'll drop it. But I'm hoping that the meeting on the 16th will have advanced this a little bit more. If we haven't, we'll cancel that one. But hopefully that we'll have something to report on at that meeting. All right, let's move to item 5 then. Any reports from the commissioners, starting with Craig? Craig,
What was that again?
you have anything to report?
Well, I reached out to the company that bought Daubers, and I didn't get any response back.
Okay.
I'll keep trying.
Great, thank you. Jennifer?
Rec Commission had a couple of meetings canceled, so we're finally meeting on December 14th. So nothing to report right now, but I received some information from a community member, just with some, I guess, ideas or some things looking that they would like to possibly see on this project. So a lot of it though looks like things that would happen later down. I mean, we still have to move a little further down, I think, before we create a nonprofit, the Friends of the whatever the area is going to be, to for maintenance and things like that, or some things that they're talking about. So that's all I have.
Great, yeah, and that'll have to be part of the plan. We're shooting something low maintenance, but there will be maintenance needs, so that'll all be part of the plan. Patrice, anything?
We were scheduled to have one this morning, but is been delayed for a week, so we'll be meeting next week. I did talk with everyone at our meeting a month ago, the same day that I was supposed to meet with you guys, and I missed it, and I apologize for that. People were very excited about the possibilities of the site. Love the idea that it's going to activate the cultural district. They were happy to hear all of the ideas we had floated, and just want to, they at that point we hadn't yet met with Kyle, so I just said that it was at the early stages. I'll be reporting to them on that next week, but I know that they will like hearing that we're moving towards having someone help us develop an RFP for a design phase.
Great. Thanks, Patrice. Jeff, anything to report?
So we, as a commission, the Commission on Disabilities meets just once a month. So our December meeting got postponed. We did meet in November 16th. It was just a brief update. That was, I think, right after the first meeting I ever attended. So didn't have much to share with them. I will have more to share. Obviously, we're concerned about when it's finished, right? The accessibility is baked into it from the beginning. So, and this is going to be, depending on what we decide to do with it, it can be a very creative option that we do. So, be as inclusive, universal design, maybe instead of, the old adage and the old words that we don't use anymore, but handicap accessibility, let's do it as universal design so everybody can use it. Not just people with disabilities, being singled out for that. So that's all. And that's really all we're reporting at this point. So
Great.
I'm very excited to see that the RFP process is at least gaining some traction. Right.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And Jeff, just to echo that, I think I may have mentioned this at the last meeting that we both attended, but so the Scituate Harbor Cultural District is part of the Mass Cultural Council, and they are absolutely committed to universal design, and
Okay.
there would be grant funding towards that. So that would be
Okay.
a priority.
Oh, cool. All right. That's great. Thank you. And thank you for restating that. So I appreciate it. Thanks.
Eric, anything to report?
Nothing to report. Jeff did a great job summarizing our last meeting.
Okay, I don't see any public, but any public comment? Okay, so we'll have continuing these agenda items on funding and the RFP process. And just to reiterate, getting the the positive feedback from MAPC is a significant milestone. So I feel like that was a big deal. And now, going through the details that are important to get the contract set up is that's a key task, but getting the feedback that they're interested, very exciting and an accomplishment in itself. Okay, as I said, our next meeting is 2 weeks from tonight, December 16th. Seth, we will make sure that this gets on the town calendar, and
I will send Lorraine your way to sort of explain how things go on there too, with the agenda.
Okay, appreciate that, and appreciate your sticking with us on that, Seth. Any other business from anybody? Okay, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Jeff,
Second.
any further discussion? Let me call the roll. Paul, yes. Jeff?
Yes.
Patrice?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Craig?
Yep.
Okay, I declare the meeting adjourned at 7:27. Thank you, everyone. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, and we are making progress. We will continue to make progress. We'll get this done, and it'll be magnificent. Thanks, everyone.
Look forward.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you again,
Have a
Seth.
good night.
Thanks.